Hi. I'm from the UK, but I'm actually Scottish, so it's a bit like being a Quebecois. So being Scottish, I like to go to the pub occasionally. And in January 2014, I was in the pub, and I was working for the British government at the time. And I met this guy who had this idea, and he told me the idea, and I thought, this is bonkers, completely and utterly crazy. Within 3 months, I'd invested money in it, and within a year, I was on the board of directors. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that company, which is called what3words. The basic tenet is the world is poorly addressed. According to United Nations Development Programme, there's about 4 billion people who don't have an address. So 145 countries don't have a formal addressing system. Now, that has a massive impact on day-to-day life, especially in urban environments, but also in other peri-urban and rural environments as well. So all the areas that were mentioned by Noreen, but also many other areas, we take an address as something, we take it for granted, many of us who have one, but if you don't have one, it can be fundamentally life-changing. So UPS say if they can save 1 mile per driver per day, that's $50 million. 80% of calls are, where are you? And for us Brits, we spend 22 million hours abroad lost. So either we're pretty bad with maps or we don't know where we are. In the UK alone, 0.5% of the UK's deliveries fail, and that equates to over $1 billion. So it's a big economic issue. Now, some of you will be sitting saying, well, yeah, but we have GPS. I've spent I actually worked in GPS in 1994, before it was fully commercialized, and stupidly didn't invest in Trimble and some of the other billion-dollar companies, but that's another story. But GPS, I mean, in all the years I've been working, I've never ever shared my GPS coordinates with someone to give them a location, and most people don't. So for professionals, it's great, but for my mum or my sister or my son, they wouldn't have a clue what this means. So this is where what3words comes in. So the system the guys created is basically they've taken every 3 by 3 meter square for the whole world, and they've given each square a 3-word address. So here, I could be in banana legs broken, and here, I could be in table lamp chair. So every 3 by 3 meters for the whole world. So it's 57 trillion squares. The whole thing is 10 megabytes. It's an algorithm. It's not a database. So it sits on a device, sits on your phone. The words work everywhere. We use words every day. We speak words, we SMS words, we talk words. Because it's based on words, you can actually spot errors. So the system has an automatic error identification system. So if you type in table lamp choir, it will say, did you mean table lamp chair? And the system does that automatically. You never get that with GPS coordinates. It will also tell you if you're in Washington, D.C., and you put table lamp chairs, which is in New Jersey, it will say, did you mean table lamp chair, which is close to your table lamp chairs, which is in Sydney in Australia. So it does that autocorrect and auto-suggest functionality. It's something that works around the world. So any of these different areas are where an address has an impact. These are all the different areas we're working with people in 170 countries at the moment. It's a free app, so you can get it on iOS or Android. So anybody, anywhere, in any one of the 47 countries here, or in any of the 194 UN countries, or any of the 200 and however many countries there are in the world, anybody can get it. It's free, and you can download it for free. So try it out, download it. It's also integrated into enterprise systems. So one of the first things we went to, there's a thing called a geographic information system, and we went to the big global player, ESRI, and we got them to integrate it. It's now integrated into Earth observation systems. It's integrated into about 45 different platforms, things like TripGo, Pocket Earth, many different applications. So one example is using it for land identification. There's a big problem in countries all around the world because it costs so much money to do land administrations. So one of the ideas in South Africa, they have a program called 1 Hectare, 1 Household. and every household is given a hectare of land. And what we've done is the centroid, the middle point of each parcel, has a 3-word address, and that's now on the title deed, on the certificate. But this can also be used for other things, anything else in a 3 by 3 meter square. So we're doing things like fire hydrants, electricity pylons. Just think about anything that's an asset that doesn't have an address. In the townships in South Africa, it's been used to deliver medicine. So Sizwe goes around on his bike and he delivers medicine using the 3-word addresses to find locations. This is my favorite one. This is in the favelas in Rio. There's 11.5 million people in the favelas. And what we've done with Carteiro Amigo, which is the friendly postman, it's a small company down there, is we've gone round and we've given every household the 3-word address in Portuguese. So at the moment, the system's in 10 languages. We'll have we'll have 20 by the end of the year. And it's been integrated into an e-commerce system, so you can now go online. For the first time these people have an address, they can order an iPhone or maybe something more useful. But you get the idea. It's a very, very powerful solution. The whole of Mongolia has just adopted us as their postal system. So all addresses in Mongolia will now be based on what3words, and we have a number of other countries coming through. Glastonbury is a big festival in the UK, 180,000 people. They are using us for Glastonbury, which is on now. This is for command and control response in the Netherlands. The United Nations are using it to report disasters, so this is obviously around the world. This is NavMe, which is based on OpenStreetMap. So this is a free sat-nav you can download as well, and you can go from 3-words to 3-words. Hotels, bars, restaurants are using it to get the entrances, exits, and other parts of the hotel. So it's something that can be used for any part of the city for communicating. We talk about IoT and M2M. How about H to H, human to human? That's what this is. So we're all about doing good and doing business. As I said, the app is free for everybody, for citizens. If you're not for profit, you pay $150 US flat fee. And if you're a business, if you're Domino's, Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, whoever, then you pay based on volume transaction for usage. So this is what we say, use, share, make. We're working with people with sight impairment to help them navigate around cities. Think about getting in your car, an autonomous vehicle, and saying, table, lamp, chair, and it takes you to where you want to go. That's what we hope the future looks like. Thank you very much.